Places. So, hi everybody, happy Wednesday evening and to Mindset Power Planning. I'm Sandra Dillback. I live in Lebanon, Ohio, if y'all don't know who I am. And, I've always been a strong advocate that middle of the week, we need something that kind of picks us up. I mean, I used to go to church a long time ago that we did midweek oasis, and we would come have dinner and we would sit and visit, and then we'd all go home. And it was just the best part of the week. It didn't mute everybody, so if I could get ready to mute, there we go, hot diggity dog. But anyway, so so for me, that's what this is. This is kind of like a midweek oasis for us. Kind of take a look at what have we gotten done so far this week. Where did we set a goal? And maybe we haven't even touched that goal yet. And that's where we're going to take that goal. And we still have from now until Sunday night to get that goal accomplished. And so that's my oh gosh, I don't know what the word is I want. But anyway, that's what my hope is for what this group and what this night Zoom is going to be for everybody. So I have to put my cheaters on, otherwise I can't see. So, all right, before we get into rate of run, birthdays, and all of that stuff, one of the things I wanted to talk about is I know that everybody starts their day kind of differently. But in talking with so many people, I think every single one of us starts our day with something positive. And so when you're listening to that in the morning, getting the positives in your mind first thing, there's always a word that probably sticks out. And this is something Tammy and I were talking about a few weeks ago. And there's probably a word that sticks out because sometimes I'm like, I don't know what to post about. But there's always a word that will stick out in my readings or what I've listened to. And that's the word I take and I hold on to for the day. And that's the word that I use for my posts, for the direction of my posts for the day. Okay, so I'll give you an example. So the other day, one of the words that I heard in my readings and devotional was diligence. All right, so I went to Pinterest and I was like, that's what everything's going to be about today, is about diligence. And that's where I got my positive pictures for my stories before I ever put my Thrive stuff in there. And then that's where, I spent time with, that's what I was going to do for my Facebook and my Instagram or whatever. So if you have a hard time deciding what you're going to post about, stories, we always start with something positive, then you go into your lifestyle mix and your Thrive 3 steps, and then you just show your day throughout your stories. But if you're struggling with coming up with the positive, use a word from your readings that morning and it'll help you find something that you can start with. So at least that kind of gives you some direction in the morning if you feel like you're floundering or you're in squirrel mode. And, it takes me a little while because I have to take my expand before I totally get out of squirrel mode, which Tammy's back there laughing, I'm sure, because I don't know that I ever really do get out of squirrel mode. So anyway, okay, so I'm just super excited. Let's take a look at our rate of run. And I was so excited when Tammy started doing this because I had never heard of it before. And it really does make a difference in your mindset. And so if you've not ever done rate of run, you want to go into your cloud. And I actually already checked mine just a little bit before we hopped on here. So pop into your cloud. You want to go down to your business snapshot and you want to see what your current QV is. So let me go down to business snapshot. We have so many tabs now, holy moly. Okay. So take a look at what your current QV is. I want you to take that amount and I want you to divide it by 20 because today's the 20th of the month. Holy crap, y'all, we got 11 days left in the month. Divide it by 20, and the number that you come up with, then I want you to multiply that by 31 because there's 31 days in the month, and that gives you your rate of run. That gives you the amount that you are projected to get to if your team stays on track for where they are, and that's where you should land close to it at that number. If that number is lower than what you want, then you're probably like me and you're like, oh crap, I got to get some stuff going here. Or that number may be higher than what you expected. But this is the way Tammy explains rate of run. And I know Courtney Glazer does it. In your mind, or my mind, a lot of times was always like, I just need to get to 12K. I just need to get to 40K. When in reality, the team was doing so much higher than maybe 12K. But in my little mind, I was stopping us at 12K. Oh, we just need to get to 12K. But if you do rate of run, your rate of run may show that your volume is on track for 17,000. Well, then let's go, saddle up, and let's get it to 17,000, and so it just keeps you moving forward, knowing that rate of run is actually higher than what you even thought you could get to. So let's make it a goal and see if we can't even get close to that, or even closer, or if not, beyond it. So that's one of the things I love about rate of run. I check rate of run every single day. It helps me to know, and especially people that have auto bonuses and so forth, it helps you to know, are you running below what you need for your auto bonus, or are you running above what you need for your auto bonus? And so that really helps. All right, so we got our rate of run done. And now you've got birthdays this week. Everybody has a birthday. And, when you have those birthdays, you're blown away with the people that send you birthday messages. And a lot of times on Sunday night, when we are doing our power planning, I will write down my birthdays, everybody who they are, for the next 2 to 3 weeks at a time. That way I can open up my spiral. I see who has got a birthday. And so today I only have 3 birthdays. Well, that's easy. And 2 of them are twins. So, send out your birthday message. It doesn't have to be long. And if it's somebody that's special to you, that's when you can send the message in Messenger. Hey, I hope that you have a great day. I love sending out birthday samples, that kind of thing. What's your mailing address? I'd love to send one to you. Now, there may be people that you've already sent a birthday sample to, and they hadn't done squat with it. Well, guess what? You're not going to be offering them one this year. They probably still got it tucked in a drawer somewhere, and the product's still good for another year. So how do you see those that far ahead? Does it show 3 weeks on? Glenna, I always look at it through my phone, and I do believe Facebook will show, if you're on your computer, it will show you like maybe a week or so ahead, but I can move ahead further on my phone. And so like I've got my birthdays. Oh gosh, I don't know if you can see it. Oh Lordy, this is backward. Never mind. I can't screen share. So like it shows me who all my birthdays are today, and it shows me all of the upcoming birthdays from now until, I'm just scrolling, and it's taking me all the way into February, and it'll just show you who's got birthdays that are coming up. So, or do you have, and I don't know if that matters if you have an iPhone or an Android. Hey, Tammy Battaglia, mention it, put over here in comments if you're able to see like 3 and 4 weeks ahead on birthdays in your, on your Android. But that's one way that you can get jumped ahead on your birthdays. If you missed Monday and Tuesday's birthday, if y'all missed wishing me a happy birthday on Monday, you can still go back and you can wish me a happy birthday on Monday, because people know that everybody's busy. And 9 times out of 10, the birthdays, the people that send you, or that you're sending a birthday wish to before their birthday or after, they're going to pay attention to that and answer you quicker, because it's not smashed in there with all the other birthdays. Okay, Tammy says she can see usually a couple of weeks. I'm able to see like about, oh gosh, middle of February, and it's still going. So if all you're able to see is 2 weeks, you can at least get those 2 weeks worth of names written down, and you're batching it, as Tammy calls it. You're batching it and you're working ahead and getting those done. Now, I know that y'all have heard me talk about this book, but we're going to talk about some things and what it's going to lead to with your vision board and that kind of thing. Glenda Jean, are you taking a picture of me with those 3 cameras there? Yeah. And at the beach, we were all comparing how many cameras we had on our phones. And,
Is it 1 minute?
Let's see here.
Yes.
Okay, there we go. So y'all know that this book is near and dear to my heart. A friend of mine gave it to me. It is one I have preached about. And when someone recommends a book to you, it means it's because it was very profound for them, and because of the timing in which they read it. Now, not every book that you're going to pick up that someone has recommended is going to be probably quite as profound, because it may not be the exact right moment that you need that book. But you may set it down after like a chapter or 2 because you just can't really get into it. And then you come back to it and you're like, oh my gosh, this book is the best thing since sliced bread, because now you were meant to read that book. Bottom of the Pool, that you've all heard me talk about just about, is that book. Andy Andrews is the author. And I'm going to share with y'all each week some info from that book, because it's just so inspirational, so motivational, and it's just going to keep us going from this hump day all the way through the rest of our week. So, we've always heard the phrase, don't be conformed to the world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind. And that goes in a lot of different ways. Well, think about the renewal of our mind that was created when we began thriving. And the people who are just so tired, they're worn out, they can't even think anymore. Thrive is going to be the renewal of their mind when we're able to get it in them. So how are you going to be reaching out to them? Do you have a minimum number of reach outs you do a day? Like 5, 10? Your number of reach outs correlates to what your goal is for the end of April. If the goal at the end of April, like mine, is 80K, which just scares the heebie-jeebies out of you, your reach outs are not 5 a day. Your reach outs are 35, 40. That's a lot of people, but you know what? It can be done in 10 people batches. And remember, reach outs don't have to just be Thrive related. Man, I wish we would have known all that when we first started. We were ignorance on fire. And so people are waiting for you to come and help renew their mind. And that's where those reach outs come in. Today's been a pivotal day in our country. This is a day that reach out and just check in on people. Like Charlie and I had the Rona. We've got friends, they had no idea that we had it. And she was like, she's from England. She was like, you were very naughty for not telling me. So, people need you to reach out to them. They may be in just kind of a hard time right now. Be that person that's reaching out to them, showing the kind touch, and you're getting that done through your reach outs and just kindness and consideration. There's a girl yesterday that I was messaging because anyway, some stuff is going on, and she doesn't normally see very many of my things, but I had done a video yesterday and I mentioned my treehouse office. Well, she comments on it, and she doesn't usually comment on my stuff. And she goes, I need to know more about this treehouse office. Well, y'all, I'm going to sorely disappoint her when she finds out that I'm not literally in a tree house outside, but she commented. Well, she hasn't commented on my stuff in forever, but it's because I did a conscientious reach out to her yesterday about something that I really felt strongly about for her. I'm not blowing sunshine up anybody's hoo-hoo. I can promise you that. When I do these reach outs, they are sincere. That's why they call them custom conscious comments. You're not just blowing sunshine. It's because we really and truly care about these people. So the number of reach outs that you do each day is what's correlating to the goal that you have at the end of April. And one of the things that we've talked about before is, we each bring a different style to the table. Like we may have, and we know this is a copy and paste business, copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste. However, we are not all copy and paste clones because we're also different. Lisa Wallace Cook, God love her, she and I both wear slips all the time, but we don't copy and paste every single same thing the same. All right. And you copy and paste and you take it and you tweak it to be like you. How many of us, when we first got started, were like, oh, well, I don't sound like so-and-so, I can't do this. Nobody wants you to sound like so-and-so. They want you to sound like yourself. And that's where sometimes we get ourselves bogged down. Are you getting bogged down in your reach outs because you feel you don't sound like the right person? You feel schwarmy? Well, if you feel like you're feeling schwarmy, then maybe you are being schwarmy because you're not being you, is how I look at it. And so, so make sure that those reach outs that you're being yourself. And I voice clip a lot of mine because I can talk faster than I can type. And that way they're also hearing your voice and they're hearing the sincerity that's in your voice when you're reaching out to them. Just out of curiosity, this is just for me because my reach out count each day is 35 to 40, but is reach outs, is there a certain number that's your non-negotiable each day? You don't go to bed until you have this many done. Or are you like me, like around the holidays, it's slacked off. So you're having to pick back up the slack. But I'm just curious to know, it's not like you have to like confess or anything here, but I'm just curious to know. Some people with full-time jobs and things like that, their reach outs may be 20 or 25 that they're able to do, and so forth. I do 10, but I want to know what your 30, 40 consists of. Oh, okay. So I set my alarm for 3 different times during the day. By 9:15, I have to have had 10 reach outs. And a lot of those are me just going in, hey, hope you have a great day today. Yay, the sun is shining, that kind of thing. Thank God I've decorated my front porch. I'm ready for spring, something along those lines. Now I have my bench is decorated for spring, but around my front door, it still has Christmas and a wreath. So don't judge. And then at 1:15, I think, no, 12:15, my alarm goes off again. And I needed to have done at least 10 or 12 in order to reach my goal by the end of the day. Now, at this point, I'm like, oh, girlfriend, it is lunchtime. Are you going out to lunch today? Where are you going? That kind of thing. Because a lot of times teachers don't ever get to go out for lunch. You brown bag it. But people in the professional world, but now a lot of people, are working from home. So, you just kind of have to tweak it for whatever that person is. You may know a lot of folks right now that are going through issues with Rona or what have you. Mid-afternoon reach outs. Hey, girlfriend, I am thinking about you. I know that you have got so much on your plate right now, but just know that somebody else is in your corner that you probably didn't even realize was in your corner. That's kind of what I'm doing right now. And then by the end of the night, my alarm goes off at 9:15 and I have to have gotten 40 by 9:15. Now, where am I getting my names? I'm not just scrolling. You can do your A's, you can do your Z's, you can do your B's, you can do your C's, you can do your D's. Okay, so let's think about it. I mean, your A's, you probably have 100 jillion A's, not only in your contacts, but in your Facebook. So you could go through and it could take you days just to get through your A's. Skip around, do a different letter. Or like on my calendar for this week, wellness workers for Wednesday, because they all are W. Everybody you're going to reach out to is a wellness worker. And there was a lady who made a post today, and she is a wellness worker. I can't really say what she does, but I went in because she had posted something, and I could tell she was just really frustrated. So I went into Messenger, and I'm like, sister, and I chatted with her, and I just said, I understand what you're going through, X, Y, Z, yada, yada, yada. And Glenna got kicked off too. That's weird. And oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. I just got flipping kicked off. What the heck? Oh, for a minute there, I thought I got kicked off. Holy moly. Okay. Panicsville. So nurses on Saturday, pastors are usually off on Friday. Pastors and dentists or something like that. Pastors and dentists are usually off on Fridays. If you've got dentist people that you want to connect to, then put those in as your Friday people. Okay, Lindsay says, okay, those kind of reach outs, I do 30 of those. As far as Thrive related reach outs, I do 10. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. And so you decide for yourself what the percentage is. Is your percentage 20, regular reach outs and 5 Thrive reach outs? It's you decide what your percentage is, and you decide what you can actually get done in a single day, and then not feel like at the end of the day, oh my gosh, I did not get these done. It's midnight. I've got to go to bed. And then you don't feel less than that you didn't get everything finished and accomplished, So, yeah, because every single one of us can produce amazing results with all of these things that we're doing. It's that extra 5 or 10 minutes a day that we're doing that creates a consistency. It creates the trajectory of our business. And it's what gets us from this point to the end of April, at the end of Operation Winning. Okay, your mind has wings. Where's your mind taking you? Is your mind taking you to a place where you're like, okay, I don't know if I can do that, da 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 da. Don't let the words that you hear in your head lead you down a wrong path. Let them lead you down the primrose path so that you can get to the goals that you want. So I wanted to talk vision boards for just a second, because this goes along with what you're doing in your calendar each day. And you're going to be like, Sandra, you're jumping all over the place. Not really. It all ties in together, because what you have on your vision board is what drives what you're doing each day in your calendar. It's driving your force of, the birthdays. It's driving the reach outs that you're doing. It's driving all of what you're doing each and every single day. And on my vision boards in the past, I have just put a ton of words. I write the words down, and then I can't even tell you when I go back and reread those words to see if I'm following it. But a picture is worth 1,000 words. And if you see a picture, you're more inclined to make sure that it's something that you are accomplishing, or you are, it's that visual image of something that just pops into your head, kind of like the Golden Arches. You see the Golden Arches and you start salivating for French fries, okay? So you see the pictures of the things that you want to accomplish. Last year, I had written down that I wanted to read 12 books, and I wrote the numbers 1 through 12. I read 2. So this year I was thinking, okay, well, maybe I'll just write down the titles. No, that still wasn't going to be good enough. I actually copied and pasted from Amazon and wherever the front covers of the books that I wanted to read for this year. And I cut those out just like a little kindergartner would. And I put them over here on my vision board. So I see my 12 books that I want to read before the end of the year is over. Now, one of them I'm reading right now is pretty deep. It's pretty heavy. Not like bad heavy, but it's pretty heavy. I've had to set it down. So I've looked up here to see, all right, which other book do I want to pick up? Oh, okay. Well, I'll pick up this one and I'll read this one because I think it's going to be a good one. It's going to be really motivating. The other one makes you think a lot. And, but if you see the picture of it, you're more apt to check that sucker off and actually get those things accomplished, and not just books, whatever it is for your vision board. I've got a Texas farmhouse on there, and y'all know I've had a Texas farmhouse on my vision board for 5 years. And, those goals are getting closer and closer and closer, but it's because I've had a picture. I've had a picture on there. So if you don't have pictures on your vision board, you've got just words are fine, but add a picture to go with it. And it's going to tie even more meaning to it. All right, so let's take a look at the calendar for the rest of the week. This Saturday, we have the training that is the Zoom training, the webinar training. And I'm the one who thought it was last Saturday. I thought they had to reschedule it. No, the 23rd was the original date the whole time. So I know I'm not the only person. But so make sure that is on your calendar. And make sure you've got your reach outs written down. Have you done your reach outs for even yesterday? I got half of those done. I had to do the other half this morning. But we know how good it makes us feel when someone does a birthday reach out for us. And it always kicks me in the butt and reminds me every January, Sandra, make sure you're getting your birthday reach outs done. It's important to people. It's important because that may be the only day that somebody lets them know that they care about them. So make sure you're getting your birthday reach outs done. Anything else that you guys can think of that you want to pop into chat group? Let's see, I'm catching up on chat group. Sonia, no, you haven't been terrible. We just get out of habit of things around the holidays, and we have to retrain ourselves to get back into the habit. And it's easy to do the minimum, but of 10, or excuse me, 5, the minimum of 5. But even if that feels like it's kind of hard, just push yourself a little bit to do, 2 more. Then the next week, 2 more, and that kind of a thing. So no, you're not terrible. We all have those moments where we have to remind ourselves, oh, this was something I needed to do. If you are, yes, 2 days left for the free balance, today and tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow. And with $150 order, if you share credits, now correct me if I'm wrong here, y'all. If you share credits in order to pay for shipping, it cannot go below 150 or they will not get the free balance. So you can share shipping, but I mean, like shipping a lot of times is $15.74. I just give them $15, something like that. You want to make sure it does not go below the 150. And oh, did you all see? I'm sure you probably did. Maria shared it, Susan shared it, I shared it. And one of the huge golden nuggets from the call last night, I did not get to dial in because I was at work and it was insane. It's a gym. It's January. Yeah. So that if people say their Thrive is not working, it's because their body is not absorbing it. Have them stop their Thrive for a few days, have them get on balance for several days, and then they can start back up with their Thrive experience. And then their body's going to actually go back to absorbing it the way that it's supposed to. If I took balance for a week, y'all, I'd be in the hospital. I can't do balance every night. I do balance. What's Lindsay? Lindsay, what are you snarking about? Unmute.
I love balance.
Oh,
However,
I love it.
I love it. And I did tell my daughter to start it because she's going to Mexico with me. And she texted me today and she's like, why is my stomach so upset?
I love balance, but I tell you, I don't have to have it every night. Thank goodness.
I take it every night. I probably don't need it, but I don't know. It's just in my brain. So 2 capsules a night by my bed. I don't think twice.
Oh man. Yeah. If I come to Texas, I have to take 2 every night. But no, I love me some balance. And anywho, anybody got anything else you need to add? If not, Wednesday midweek mindset. I'm just going to call it Wednesday Oasis because this is a Wednesday Oasis for us, just to kind of touch base, and the fact that we haven't gotten to have a Thrive-a-Palooza last year. Our Zooms are really our closest way to get to see everybody. I mean, there are people I'm seeing on here that live 30 minutes from me, and I haven't seen them in months. And so this just gives us one more way to get to see each other during the week. I hope, and oh goodness. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay. Threw me off there for a second. But anyway, my hope for y'all this week is that maybe something that you had as a goal at the beginning of the week, and it kind of fell a little bit with maybe your week starting off in a crazy way or crazy manner, that you're able to kind of switch gears, pick that back up, and that's something that you're going to be able to either accomplish today or make sure that it gets accomplished and is part of those non-negotiables that you've set for yourself for the rest of the week. So anyway, with that, I hope everybody has a great rest of the evening, and I will post this recording once it's finished. See y'all. Thank y'all.